Hi kids, morning, welcome back to this Saturday morning stroke Saturday evening, depending on where you are. Thank you for joining me. So I hope you've been getting on okay with having had various things to think about from the last 2 days, and that after yesterday's postural assessment and little exercises to get you dissociating your ribs and your pelvis and get those hips activated, that you've been feeling some differences and that it's been helping you, and you see that there's hope yet and there's stuff you can do to help yourself. So thank you for those who have sent in videos and comments about how you've been getting active. Loving those, and thank you for those who sent in your homework, and hopefully it's just made the rest of you just think about what you used to like, what you still do like, what you used to do, and what you can potentially do in the future. So I shall go through some of those now. So things were having done competitive badminton in the past, but now not enjoying it because not feeling fit enough to do it. Morning Shirley, morning Lauren, not morning Shirley, it's evening Shirley, morning Lauren. So you're not feeling fit enough to be as competitive as you used to be, so therefore struggling to do it because actually it's really hard not to achieve what you know you used to. Loving running in the past, but not being able to now because just fear of injury. Loving the outdoors and pre-children, being able to cycle, walk, ski, go diving, etc. to your heart's content. Children obviously put a stop to that. And then COVID obviously has halted lots of people's things. Morning Karen, morning Katie, Claire, Anne. So possible solutions. Children-wise, it's really hard. I mean, yesterday my daughter she was saying that about how when she was younger, she distinctly remembers being really annoyed at all of us because we wouldn't play with her 24/7, and she couldn't understand why we didn't want to just keep going and doing all these things with her. And now she's a bit older, she realises where we're coming from because she's not so keen to, be as active with younger kids. But if you can find another family to do stuff with, so kids can play with each other, adults can play, have a rest, you can kind of mix it up that way. If you can get your kids interested in what you are doing, I know that's not that practical because they have not got the same endurance as us. Well, actually, having said that, potentially they are fitter than us, but we have differing interests and attention spans. But if you can get someone to look after your kids while you go out with your partner and do things, something like that. Someone else made a fantastic comment about dancing. Now, Anne, this might ring a bell. I love dancing around the kitchen. Used to be able to do it with Anne. Sadly, just do it on my own now. Lauren's delighted that COVID hit and she no longer has to be subjected to that. But music's often a great one for people. If you find some tunes you love, put them on, just have a dance. It doesn't matter if anyone, well, hopefully no one's watching, just move around, just get your body going in as many directions as you can. I just think it's brilliant for your mental and physical health. So that's one simple thing to do at home. Other things you can do at home, hula hooping. At the minute they've got these weighted hula hoops which are awesome. I mean, it took me a while, and in the first lockdown that was my first challenge, and I managed to do it. So if I can do it, any of you can. Punch bag, I quite like a good old punch bag. Take out your frustrations, gets you moving, gets you strong, gets you fitter. Again, no one has to be watching. Skipping, I know that can be quite intense, but after a while of my course, for example, you have the confidence and the ability to do some skipping. You don't need much space. Even if it's raining outside, it's cold, just do it inside. Just pretend you've got a rope. Just do little bounces, and it's really quite exhausting, but really good for you. Well done, Claire. Danced yesterday. Home obstacle course. So I think I might post it later actually. In the first lockdown, we did some of this in the garden. Did just obstacle courses around the garden with whatever you've got around. Balancing on things, jumping over things, under things, etc. If you've got a ball, throw a ball against a wall, get a little netball ring attached to the side of your house, little things like that you don't have to go out for, they don't cost loads of money, you can just dip in and out of as you wish. inside the house. I mentioned different things about moving around. When you go up and down the stairs, go up two at a time, go sideways, go right, go left, go backwards, run up, walk up, jump up. When you forget something, you want to go around your bed, don't go around your bed, roll over your bed. All sorts of different things you can do. So, today, lymph. I've given it a big build up, I better do it justice. So, firstly I have to say that I've got all my lymph knowledge from Perry Nicholson, who's from Stop Chasing Pain. He's inspirational, I'd say, on the old lymph front. So he's done an awful lot of research teaching about that. So what is the lymphatic system? You've probably heard of it as, oh, Marty's got the Wii Fit, good man. So you've probably heard of your glands being up. If you've got a sore throat, you go to the doctor. There's over 700 lymph nodes throughout the body, and the lymphatic system, stretched out, is over 100,000 miles, so 4 times around the world. So there's a pretty vast expanse of stuff there. And what is it? Basically, it's our filtration system. So, analogy coming up, I've stolen this one. So it's like a fish tank. So if you have a fish tank, within the tank you've got your fish, you've got your plants, you've got your coral, etc. And you've got your clean water. If you don't have a filter underneath, that clean water is going to soon enough become green, mouldy, full of bacteria, toxins. The plants and the fish are going to get ill, get sick, and eventually die. So the filter underneath, that's our lymphatic system. Now, considering we are 80% water, if you picture a disgusting green tank and you think that's what we're like if our lymphatic system isn't working to flush out all the toxins and the waste products in our body, it's a pretty grim thought. So we need to have our lymphatic system working well to get rid of all the gunk. We ingest toxins through, ingest it through our mouth. So we eat things, we breathe in things, stuff goes through our skin, but we also get waste products and toxins from cellular waste. So our cells need oxygen, they need nutrients, and then as they develop and die, as they're meant to, but then other things happen, you get these waste products. They need to be flushed out of the body. So it goes from the blood to the lymph, gets taken out via the kidneys. In a urine, we also excrete toxins through our skin, through our liver, our gastrointestinal tract. We breathe toxins out. So basically, we just need to have this filtration system working. Why does it stop working? Well, if we are under stress and under tension, physical and emotional, our tissues can become tight, twisted, and then compress the lymphatic system, the nodes, and stops the fluid flowing. So if lymph is 90% water and 10% of waste, like protein, bacteria, viruses, etc. So if we have that blockage, we need to clear that to get everything going again. And what moves lymph? Movement and breathing. So that's normal. So if as long as we're breathing and moving, the lymph is going to keep going. However, if there becomes a compression, a blockage somewhere, it's going to need some extra help. You're going to need some manual therapy, some tapping, some rubbing, brushing to just clear that pathway to get it going. Think about a blocked hose pipe. You're going to need to clear the end of it to get the water flowing through again. So that's what the lymphatic drainage techniques are all about. So, if we have an inefficient filtration system, what happens? What are you going to feel? How do you know? Well, we're going to play lymph bingo. See who's got all of these. Some of these are symptoms that you get if your lymphatic system isn't working well. Stiffness, particularly in the morning. Tightness, soreness, itching, bloating or swelling, especially of your face, belly and extremities. Bad breath. Poor skin appearance, whether it's acne, eczema, varicose veins, spider veins, painful nodes, so around the lymph nodes are tender to touch, Prolonged DOMS, so delayed onset muscle soreness. So if you've trained and then you get your ache afterwards because you've trained, you pushed yourself, if that doesn't go away. Poor sleep, brain fog, tick, tick, inability to lose weight, slow recovery from training or training plateau, as if you're not improving anymore despite what you're doing, easily bruised, delayed onset allergies, so if later in life you started getting allergies that you never had when you were younger, red eyes, flu-like symptoms constantly, you have a drippy nose if you're constantly clearing your throat, a little cough. It could well be that you just need to get your lymph flowing again. So, yeah, full house, anyone? But I'm sure we can all say that we've got some issues on that list. And the good news is there are simple ways to improve that. So, chronic disease occurs when you lose the ability to make new cells that work, and you need oxygen and you need nutrients to make new cells. If you haven't got rid of the waste, then you can't get the oxygen in you. You're not, if you're in that green tank of water, then you're not going to be able to absorb those nutrients and oxygen. So we need to get rid of this to have all our cells healthy. And there's no point in putting good things in. So if you're eating all the right stuff, you're surrounding yourself in this wonderful environment if you haven't got rid of the other gunk. So don't buy loads of new clothes until you've got rid of the other stuff, because it's going to really stress you out, or your other half, apparently. So, practical, let's do it. What we're going to do is, there's lots of different ways of getting your lymph moving, and the good thing is to mix it up. So in my programme, each day I just do a really quick, the big 6, just tapping. In my classes, for those of you who come each week, you're aware of the slightly longer version we do. And I shall do a little bit longer one now, where we're going to rub, tap, and then brush back towards the heart. Now, just a warning that if you are particularly toxic, a bit harsh, but you may feel, then after doing this, you may feel wiped out, you may need to sleep, you may get flu-like symptoms. Don't panic, don't hate me, it's all a good thing, it's all just getting things going and get rid of the stuff that you need to get rid of. But just a warning, so if you've got something big planned later, then you might want to avoid this. Alternatively, you might just feel amazing, that's the plan. So it may take a couple of goes. So just a little warning there. Okay, up on your feet. Get yourself in. Okay, so we start clearing the collarbones first. So when we're doing all of them, we're going to do above the collarbone and then neck and head, and then below the collarbone and distally from there. If we're just doing the simple 6, we just do the collarbones just as a whole. So we're starting above your collarbone. So start on your left hand side, and I want you to just gently rub. So this needs to be light. The lymph vessels, lymph nodes are close to the skin. So you don't want to be pressing hard, because that's when you can potentially damage them. And if you think about any manual techniques, so then tap, any manual techniques, it's going to be affecting lymph, whether you're having a massage or whatever, any touching of your skin is going to be affecting lots of things. And then brush back towards your heart. Then the right side, rubbing, nice and gently, tapping, and back towards the heart. Then your neck and under your jaw, rubbing, gently rubbing, tapping, and brushing down towards your heart. The other side, rubbing, tapping, brushing down. Round cheeks, rubbing. Now a third of those 700 lymph nodes are in your face and neck. Tapping, brushing down towards the heart. So, I'm not going to do it today, but if you think you can just go around anywhere, all around your face, your cheeks, your jaw, your is just to help get the lymph flowing. Back of your neck, base of your skull, rubbing, tapping, and brushing down. And most of the lymph comes from the back of us, comes round, drains to the nodes at the front, so we don't do that many techniques at the back of your body. Coming down now to underneath the collarbone, so left hand side, rubbing. Tapping. And brushing towards, pretty much on the heart. Right hand side, below your collarbone, rubbing. Tapping. And brushing towards the heart. Then you're going to go armpits. So you see we're doing each bit. So if you think of the around here, the collarbones as the exit point, you're just gradually moving away from there. So each segment at a time. So armpit, rubbing, tapping, brushing towards your heart. Then down your upper arm and inside your elbow, rubbing, tapping, and brushing down towards your heart. Other side, armpits. Oh, rubbing, sorry. Lost it already. Tapping, brushing towards the heart. Upper arm and elbow and inside your elbow. So if you've got hand issues, clear your elbow. If you've got elbow issues, clear your shoulder. So if you clear the bits closer to your body, then you may find a dramatic improvement in those distal extremities. Same goes as you go further down. Breastbone, sternum. So rubbing. There's a lot of nodes around your sternum. There's also lots of reflex points there. So if you're anxious, worried, if you've had grief, then it may be tender down there as well. Tapping. Brushing towards the heart. Underneath the centre of your ribs there, it's the sternochyli, is a big area of lymph nodes. Rubbing. Go across to underneath your ribs around your diaphragm. Tapping. And brushing up towards your heart. Around your belly button. Rubbing. Tapping. And brushing up. So around your guts, obviously there's a lot going on there. If they're a little bit stagnant, if they're not moving very well, then a good old belly massage is going to help get things going. Around your groin, front of your groin there, rubbing. So hip issues, or any lower limb issues, check that, see if your groin's tender, give it a go with the lymph drainage, tapping, brushing up towards the heart. So hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain, whatever. Then moving down to your inner thigh. Rubbing. Brushing. Sorry, tapping. Anyone think I've not done this before? Brushing up. And the back of your knees. Rubbing. So your knees, back of the knees, sometimes they feel puffy. Get that lymph going. Tapping. And brushing up towards your heart. And then the inside of your ankles. Rubbing. So, yeah, Achilles issues. Ankle issues. Tapping. Brushing up towards your heart. Then you need to give it a boost by moving. So have a shake, little bounce, and then twist, and spin. And then the breathing bit. Some people, lots of people, breathe a lot up here, and they get tight and tense here. So if you think about all the lymph nodes that are up there, they're just going to be compressed and blocked, and that's the exit point, not going to be getting rid of the stuff you need to. Also, it's going to make your breathing inefficient because you're not fully expanding your lungs, not getting the most capacity that you can. So to encourage diaphragmatic breathing, if you have your arm by your side, hold it, fix it with the other one. So now I'm fixing the bottom of my ribs where the diaphragm is. So just gentle compression there, and take a big breath in. Now what you should feel is that your diaphragm's expanding, your ribs are expanding, your diaphragm is contracting to get breath right to the base of the lungs, and you can't be breathing up here. So relax shoulders, pulling on your arm, big breath in, and out. You should feel it all expanding around there. Just switch arms. I like to even things up. So deep breath in. And out. So there you go. You've got your lymph going. So how do you feel? Do you feel awake? Do you feel wiped out already? Hopefully it just makes you think, hey, actually I'm feeling a little bit better, things are going, feel a bit brighter, feel like things are cleared, feel like you can breathe better and a little bit more relaxed. So let me know. Feels good, like it, easy but feels good. It is, it's so simple. That's the beauty of it. You can do it every day, even if you don't do that. I mean, that took a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you what you can do. But literally, you can just 5 taps on all these points each morning. Do it in the shower, do it when you're waiting for your breakfast, whatever it is. When I say waiting for your breakfast, I don't mean you've got staff. I mean, you know, waiting for it to cook or whatever. Fair play to you if you have. Oh, Sandra loves this one. Excellent. You feel clear? Good. And right, so 10-2, crikey. So hopefully over these last 3 days you have picked up some tips and are filled with hope that actually there are things you can do, that you don't have to stick with being stiff for the rest of your life. All that stretching you've been doing and hasn't been working, well, actually you can ditch that and try these other things. Because as I said, I'm really quite passionate about the fact that there are so many things we can do to help ourselves. We shouldn't be miserable, we shouldn't be stiff and unable to move. You know, I've seen for myself all these people who can do things and move, and you don't have to be an amazing athlete. I just want to be able to move freely around. Like since I've been filming my course, it works, it's amazing. But seriously though, since I've been filming my course, I go out and I'll go for a walk around and I'm jumping here, there and everywhere, and I feel, I go down a pot lift there, I went down a pothole, I didn't break my ankle, whereas in the past I probably would have done. You know, I slip off a log and I'm fine. It's just, so it doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen, but it just means that you're more robust and more confident and happy with how you move, and you get out of bed and you don't have to hold on to the furniture to get to the bathroom. You know, you can actually just move freely, and it's just wonderful. So, yes, hopefully you've got some tips and habit stacking lymph after teeth. Yeah, well done, Claire. You've been paying attention. I feel like I should have a glass of water. So, yes, indeed. Hydrate. Thank you, Karen. Good point. You also need to hydrate. Because you need, as I say, we are 80% water. The lymph is 90% water. Drink lots of water. Ditch your caffeine. It's not good for you. So keep hydrated. Another side effect is you may find you now go and wee for England or Australia, Shirley, whoever. Scotland, Anne, sorry. Keep digging. So yeah, hydrate and move and breathe. So if you'd like to do more, if you'd like to take the next step and sign up for my 30-day programme, I would be delighted, because I really do want more people to feel better about themselves and to get moving more. So what is it? It is a video for every day, 15 minutes a day. All you have to do is press play and put up with me for 15 minutes telling you what to do, following along. It starts with the basics and it builds you up. So it's lymph every day, just a really quick one, There's muscle relaxation, muscle activation, joint mobilisations, but then it's all whilst activating a muscle. So going through range, but with the muscles controlling it. So not just stretching like you might do with some techniques. It's not asking you to do anything too soon. I think it's all a nice steady progression. If you do, and then moving on to natural fundamental movements. So getting into rolling and crawling. So you guys in my class, if you be kind enough to pop a comment as to whether you, actually only if you recommend it, don't if you don't recommend it. Rolling, crawling, getting up off the floor, just integrating, just connecting our top and bottom half. So getting our centre, waking up, getting all parts of our body talking to each other. How much is it? It's going to be £60, but for you guys, you lovely guys, as an introductory offer, this weekend it's £40. So £40 for 30 days exercises, work, programs, videos to keep. So you can go along, you can progress along, you can jump back, you can do other bits. I'd make a note of the bits you like and go back and do those again. And the idea is to educate you and so you integrate it into your daily life. But you can keep the videos forever and go back and forth doing them at will. If there's more than one of you in the household, obviously you can share it, unless you're feeling particularly generous and want to buy 5. Jackie's in, thanks Vicky, excellent. So how do you go about this? If you are interested, then please email me at info@getactiveliving.com. I shall send you my bank details because, as Jackie knows, I've not got organised enough and I haven't got my payment system set up, so it'll have to be a back transfer, and then I shall send you the link. It's a Vimeo link. So yes, email me. Oh yeah, and then what it's going to be, if you guys want it this weekend, then after 10 days I'm going to get back on alive and catch up with you all, see how you're getting on. I'd like your feedback, share the good bits, the bad bits, any queries. Do that every 10 days for the 30 days. And there will be another Facebook group for you to join, just for you guys who are on the programme, so you can share inspirational stories, ask questions, motivate each other, etc. And I think that's it. Thank you, Anne. Yes, so much content, amazing value. Katie likes rolling on the floor. Not something you usually do. No, but it's quite good, isn't it? Oh yeah, PayPal. I could do PayPal. Sandra. Lauren, definitely excellent. Starting learning more. There we go. Emma, what's your job? £1.33 a day. Thank you, my finance manager. It's a bargain. Thank you, Shirley. Yes. Right, so let me know. So yes, thank you very much for coming. I hope you have enjoyed it, and even if you don't want to do the programme, you've got some food for thought and that you go away with something to help you in your life. I've just prepared my Oscar speech for the end of this. I have generally loved doing this programme. Lockdown has been awful for everyone, I know, but at least I've had this to focus on. And I'd like to thank Shirley from Think Big Company for being my mentor through all of this. You've been awesome, I wouldn't be here without you. Anne and Lauren for getting me involved and putting up with me and being my partners in crime. Once you've done my programme, if you wish to get faster, stronger, please follow their Max Kinetics one. That's going to be awesome. My family, particularly my dad, is my number one fan. And then my friends who have been supportive and just listening to me and giving me ideas and just being wonderful. Karen, Granny D and Lauren, and there's loads of others of you out there, you in my classes, who've helped me, inspire me and saying that you enjoy the stuff. And to all you guys for turning up. Anyway, I'll stop talking now. Thank you very much, and yes, let me know. Oh, thank you everybody. Thanks guys, and yes, keep in touch, any questions, and email me if you wish to get on board. Cheers, have a nice day, bye.